Good morning. Today is the 15th of March 2026. I almost says 25, but it's 2026. The time now is 9:05 in the morning. And so I want to talk about some things. Well, waking up this morning, I woke up under attack as I am every single morning for the last 8 years. But the attacks are getting worse and worse and worse. Where this stuff is rushing up in my body, and when it rushes in my body like that, it's like they blowing me up. And I did take a picture of me this morning. The way they got me looking. This is not coming from me eating. This is coming from whatever this is. I think it's some type of synthetic because it can just come up. You don't see it, but I feel it in my going inside my body and moving in my body, and it's aging me. It's, I close my eyes when I'm putting in my passwords and codes because they got something in my eye where they can see through my eyes. They're actually making us a weapon against our own self. When I had procedures did in the hospital, doctors, actually there was somebody, I don't know who this woman was, when they worked on my stomach. And then I had a procedure did in Chapel Hill where they worked on my heart, where they were supposed to be putting a stent in my heart. And they want a stent because whatever they put in my heart, I could feel it moving. Like it felt kind of like a wheel turning until I put this heavy duty magnet against it, and it malfunctioned. But anyway, this is what they've done to me this morning. There's no way my body would look like this. But this whatever this stuff is that they shooting up in my private area is going on up in me, making my face fat and my everything in me. And I woke up, I be like shaking. That's how much power this stuff have in it. When they shooting it up in my body, and I be pure trembling. And then they do the dog like that too. He be trembling. But anyway, I went in prayer this morning, and I was praying to God, and I'm talking to. But for me, I feel like I'm talking to God when I'm praying. So I just talk to God, but everything I'm saying, He already know. But I speak it out, and I started seeing images of all the things that people are doing, the enemies of God. And a lot of people don't realize that they are the enemy of God, especially when they get into these secret society. Because those when they make these oaths and the thing they do, they doing it to other gods. Those things are gods, and a lot of people are getting involved, especially black people, white people being involved in it. But now many black people are getting involved in it because they think they're getting into something great. When what they cursing, they're getting into curses, and it just came back to my mind the thing that these people are doing, how they trying to change God's creation, which is us, They're trying to change mankind to what they want us to be. And they manipulating things. And like I was reminding God, I didn't take the jab. You know, a lot of people made a decision to take the jab out of fear because a lot of the stuff they were saying was lies. The amount of people they were saying died did not. That's not who died. The amount of people did not die from that C19. People may have been dying, but they could have been dying from a heart attack. They could have been dying from a stroke, or dying from a motorcycle accident. But they were said with the C19. Everybody that would die from something else, they were said with the C19. And I'm seeing where they're trying to make it where there's no gender because they're talking about, okay, when a girl is born, her chromosome is XX. When a boy is born, his chromosome is XY. But they're trying to change that. They're trying to spike. That's what they called it, spiking the chromosome. So a girl chromosome won't be XX, and a boy chromosome won't be XY. What they're trying to make it, I don't know. I don't know if they're trying to make it where there'll be XO, which is when you have two genders, two private areas. You have a male and a female. Those people who born like that, their chromosome is XO. So I don't know if that's what they're trying to do, where they're trying to make babies born that way, where they won't have no agenda. Because see, in the Bible, those are the people they made units. People born like that, and then they made units where somebody where you they will castrate men and make them units. But some people were born that way, where they had two genders, and they made units out of those people, which is the people that protect the queen, you know. But anyway, I prayed about that, and I prayed about being raped because that's what they're doing with this energy that's coming out from under the floor, that's coming out through those pipes that they put down under the ground. And um I talked about I prayed about Trump, because a lot of black people hate Trump, because I don't know why. I really don't know why people hate Trump so much, because I don't have hatred in my heart for him. I don't see a reason to hate this man when he's trying to clean up the mess that Biden and Obama doing. They sent all those people over here, and I don't see nobody saying nothing about that. I don't understand the American people. I really that like there's something is really wrong with y'all, that you got that much hatred in your heart for somebody that you can't see nothing but black. That Obama is a black man, and that Harris woman is a black woman, but they don't stand for us. What did they do to help black people? That's what's important. What did they do? Y'all got so much hatred in your heart for uh Trump because he says I think he says some dumb stuff too. But it's the stuff that he's trying to take care of, stop stuff that's going on. How he stopped the government from misusing the funds of working people money. They had some crazy stuff, funds for this and fun that didn't even make no sense. Y'all got so much hatred for this man that you can't see the evil that Obama is doing. And he doing some evil, very evil stuff. Wicked, just as wicked as he can be. And he killing people. And then you call yourself a Christian, but you can't see past his blackness. That his dark skin, put it like that. No matter what he do, his actions is like y'all don't see that. And so these people is doing a lot of stuff. They put, I mean, I was looking at the son. That's the dog over there. I reckon you telling me he ready to eat. But anyway, I was looking at the cloudiness that that sun causes in front of my cameras. And I just began to talk about what they doing. You know, a lot of people be complaining about the intensity of the sun here lately, but that's not the real sun. They blocking the sun so that it can't shine down here. There's something that they're spraying up. I don't know if it's the chemtrails. Go sit. Why you wait till I start doing this video to hear you come? Go lay down. Go ahead. They spraying something that's blocking the sun. And I know that's not the real sun because I know what I've seen. And the things I say may not make sense to some people, but it don't have to. I know what I've seen. And these game stalkers, they know because they be ice to the sun, to that fake sun out there. And this is the second house. Move out the go lay down, Poncho. Go ahead. Move. Move out. Go lay down till I finish. But anyway, I uh I was paying attention to my computer because the other cameras I used to have, I had to go into my site in order to see what was going on. It's not set up like this one here. And I kept noticing it would get dark and then it would light up, get bright. Not like dark, not dark like night, but like a shadow was coming in front of the house. And I said, what is the sun doing out there? And I knew it was in the back of our house. And so I went to my sister's room because I had aluminum foil over the other windows. All the windows except for the bathroom in my sister's room. And I looked in her bathroom and looked out the window. And as I called myself videoing, but I don't think I got everything. Cause when I saw that sun stop shining, I started looking with my eyes. You know, that's I don't think I was videoing anymore because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And the sun just stopped, like this, the sun, and it just did like that. And behind it was the moon. And I said, "Is that?" You could hear me saying, "Is that the moon?" And then it would just go back out like that, like a bus of fire. And then it would stop again. It did it a few times. But I always felt that it wasn't the real sun because sometimes it would be shaped like an eye. And then it was too close down here. I said that can't be the sun. And my daughter kept saying that's just a reflection. I kept saying no, that's not no reflection. That I'm as long as I've been living and looking at the sun, seeing the sun don't that is not the sun. You're not going outside right now. The girls out there. Go lay down. I know you ready to go out there. You ready to eat too. Go ahead now. Go lay down. Go lay down. Oh, he gonna be stubborn. He gonna do it. Go ahead now. Go on. Go lay down. Anyway, they were doing a whole lot of stuff. Like in the same way they doing here in the morning, they would shine that fake sun right on our porch. And then in the evening, late evening, they shine it. It be right in our yard. And they kept doing it and doing it till it be like right at our back door. I mean, this we just been going through some stuff, and you can feel it. You can feel the energy from it, and it was just like it wasn't really burning where you get blisters, but it was like a itch, like it was a itchy burn or something where you have to rub your arms. Me and my sister, will you move? And then when they had this woman to back up over, she backed over it over the fence that she didn't even live beside us. She lived behind us across the street. So she backed over the fence, knocked it down. It went to four houses. Get down, boy. Get down. Get down. You when they come back in, then I'll let you go out there. Not until y'all be out there fighting. But anyway, when they rebuilt the see, I'm about get move. Go on. Go over there and lay down. Go ahead now. But anyway, she knocked the fence down and she walked with a cane. When she got out that car, she was walking with a cane. So I don't know if that's the way she walked. But they was attacking us to her and her daughter with their cars because these people had little tiny holes that went all the way around their car. And so I don't know how these people do this stuff. All I know what I saw. Their car was mimicking the sun, and it would go around all the way around their car, the light, and then sometimes the whole car just be lit up. And these were black women, mom and daughter. The men that lived right behind us, especially the one that was, I think his last name was Smith, because that's what the woman said her name. I wrote her name down, but I don't know what I wrote it on. But she said when she called the police and said that somebody ran over the fence, she said what her name was, cause she came to our back door. That's why I know there's something ain't right with these people, because my cameras wouldn't video them. One thing, well, I ain't gonna say that. I know I had either two or three cameras. Cause one time I only had two cameras in the back of the house, and one time I had three. But neither one of them videoed her. And there was a lot of stuff going on back there that my cameras didn't video. They know how to put a code in. That's why I didn't want no more wireless cameras. In order for them to get that code, they had to get it from the people that I brought the cameras from. And they always have a police station nearby, which was a house that the police and the cable people would be at. I mean, they really treated us like we were real criminals and was telling the people in the neighborhood that we sell drugs and that I was a witch. This is what they were sending out to these people, cell phones. Anybody that would come near me, they get texts about stuff that they put in the internet, and it's come out to them, saying this stuff about me and saying something about a sex tape or something. One thing, ain't nobody getting ready to video me, especially me knowing about it or me having sex. I'm not gonna let nobody video me having no sex. Like I said, I ain't never had sex good enough that I need the video. But this is what I'm celibate. But this is what they got out here, trying to bring shame, trying to turn to make the people think that it's about our sins, but it ain't about sins. Cause the idiots that's out here attacking people, they gonna die too. They may die before I do, because they got this crap on their house. It's on the over there to with them before it get over here. They riding around every time they get in their car and ride around. They ride around this stuff in their car, come out through their lights. Every time they cut their porch light on, it's over there before it make it way over here. But they got stuff shining right on our porch, right up at the door. Yesterday, one of my grands came. When I opened the door, I could feel the stuff hit me in my stomach, burn my stomach, because they got it sitting right at the door. Where they shining this stuff, especially that white dude over there across that street over there. He got something that pulsating, because you can see it mostly at night, that you can see it like moving. But there's so much craziness, you know. And I just be praying, asking God to help me get away from this neighborhood. I don't even need to be in a neighborhood. I just wish I could find a place where there's no people, just a house that I can stay in. Don't have to worry about neighbors attacking. Cause there's so many people is really crying out because this stuff really hurts. Because inflammation all through your body is causing your body to just blow up. Like I just showed you my picture, how I'm looking this morning. Look at my face, how fat they got my face. And that's how I was looking when we moved here. But they was attacking me before we moved here. They had been attacking me 4 years before we moved here. With this stuff going in up in my private area. And before that, they was a hitting me with something, but it wasn't going in my private area. It was like it was be a sharp pain, like 3 o'clock in the morning. I would hear this loud sound, and then I would get hit in my stomach where I had a abscess where I had surgery, and they sent me home hemorrhaging. And I really wondered, were they trying to kill me by sending me home hemorrhaging? Because I hemorrhaged 2 or 3 weeks before it actually started coming down out of me, and it was black, pure black, and it had a bad smell to it, and it that blood stuck my organs together, where I had to keep going back in the hospital, and the doctor that lied was trying to make it seem like I did something to cause me to hem. I was hemorrhaging in the hospital before I ever left the hospital. I just didn't know what it was. I could feel it, but I didn't know what it was. And I was taking Malox and acid medicine because they told me I would have a lot of gas. So that's what I thought it was. And so when it started coming out of me, I was trying to pass gas. I'm laying in the bed trying to pass gas, and I felt something warm coming out of me, and I put my hand down, and it was black blood. Ooh, it was smelled bad too. But the doctor tried to lie and make it seem like I did something to cause me to bleed, to hemorrhage. When he just, I believe he was trying to kill me. Now that I know what's going on, and I know that the medical people is involved in this, you know, it's just crazy. The thing that I've been going through. And after I had that surgery, I got where I couldn't function. And I was in school taking, um, wait a minute, I'm trying to think before I say that. Yeah, it was after I had, well, things started happening before I finished school where I got well. No, I went to school after I had the surgery because I started noticing my brain won't functioning right. And I think because they kept putting me to sleep, all that anesthesia was messing with my brain. And so I figured if I go to school, it'll help me function. You know, I'm using my brain because they say a brain is a terrible thing to waste. And so I started going to, I wanted to go to school to be a nurse. So they had you taking this test, and they said I didn't pass the test, so that I would have to take all these different classes. And if I, when I finished taking all those classes, I have to retake the test. I said, bump that crap. I'm not getting ready to take all these classes and then take the test and still might not pass it. Oh, I said, mm-mm. So I went into electronics, and I did good off and on because I would get where my brain won't acting right, and so I would start taking vitamins for the brain, and then I start feeling better. But I had to keep doing that, and the last semester, I don't even know how I passed it, but I did. I passed it, and after I got out of school, I just got where I just couldn't function. And I got where I couldn't read. I couldn't focus. Only thing I could read was the Bible. That's how I really got into the Bible, by, because of my sickness. And so I started reading the Bible. I mean, I read that Bible day and night. And I really enjoyed it. I really got where I really enjoy reading the Bible. And it was like the Bible was opening up to me. God was showing me things when I was studying the Bible, and God would just show me things about the Scripture. And I started the reading the Bible is what helped heal me. The doctors couldn't heal me. The doctors they just they want no help with that. But reading that Bible, when I say the Bible is a healing word and it's a living word, I'm telling you, I'm not just saying something. I'm telling you what I know. But now that when I be trying to read the Bible, they puts me to sleep. It's the whole difference, great big difference in everything that I try to do. When I'm praying, I don't. It's just different. It's not the same because they trying to separate us from God with this technology. And it started with, well, I can't say it started in the church, but the church people were working against me. There was some men, black men, go to church. They have on robes. I don't know who the men were. But they kept telling the pastors at the church that I went to that I didn't believe in tithing. They always bring up tithing. And I don't know what all they were telling these people. All I know is that I kept hearing them talking about I didn't believe in tithing and all that. I ain't never told nobody, not one soul, that I don't believe in tithing. People, that's your money. You do what you want to do with your money. Cause I was paying my tithes. I didn't pay it according to the Old Testament. I paid it because that's my offering. I didn't pay tithes and offering. And there's nobody gonna make me give them tithes and offering, but I paid my money. But tithe didn't have nothing to do with money. The tithe it represents Jesus. All the things back in the Old Testament was symbolic to Christ. And so when Christ came, he fulfilled the law. He fulfilled that stuff. So some things did come over because that's our, what you call it, our morals. But God wants us to continue in those morals. He don't want you putting no other God before him. He don't want you dishonoring your mother and father. He don't want you cussing and I mean not the cussing. Well, he don't want you cussing either, but lying and stealing and killing. He don't want you doing that kind of stuff. Cause they're your morals. You keep doing them. But when it comes to sacrificing a sheep, a lamb, you don't have to do that because Jesus sacrificed himself. You don't have to pay a tithe because Jesus paid the tithe. He paid the whole thing. He gave up his whole self, his humanity. They things that don't didn't cross over into the New Testament because Jesus fulfilled it. But they things that we still have to do when it comes to our morals, doing right from wrong, because we still have to live that way. And when they say work without faith without works is dead, but them your works. Those are your works. You got people you trying to do clean up the church and cook for the pastor. And those are not the works. Your works is your goodness, your holiness, being faithful to God. But you got pastors that take advantage of people. When you buy groceries, you got to buy them something too. That is not your works. If you're gonna buy something, feed the hungry, the homeless, do stuff for the homeless. You don't find people just doing that for the homeless. Those that really need. Because them pastors getting a salary. In the New Testament, they can get a job. In the Old Testament, they were supposed to do nothing but work for the temple. But you got some lying pastors out here. They trying to help people get to heaven and they go to hell. And then some of them ain't even called to be a pastor because they witches, root workers, doing all kind of I had to find that out myself. What I've gone through in the church. That's why I got out of the church because it was too dangerous for me to be in the church. It was just some crazy stuff I've gone through. I mean, some crazy stuff. I couldn't understand what was going on. But it was behind the gang stalking crap. And you got so many people wanting you better use some cent money. Just having money, you could go to hell trying to make money. Cause you think God got that's a part of God. You killing people, following people everywhere they go. There you is sitting up talking about what they be saying, talking about that's what you get when you don't do what God say. Well, you ain't doing what God say, cause God ain't telling you to follow nobody everywhere they go. That's some Obama crap. He's head of the SDS, the Senior Executive Service. President Carter started that. And it's about depopulation. And all of you black folks that want to think Obama is such a good president, Obama is the devil. The pure devil. That's why he can make that law like he made it. It would take a man that had no fear of God to do that. The only black president we had that we know that since our time, since we've been alive. They say there was some other black president before George Washington, but I don't know because they don't talk about them. They teach about them. But I did see some information. I can't remember the name, but George Washington wasn't no Christian. They said America was built on Christian faith. That's a lie from hell. It's straight from hell. America was not built on Christian value. Demonic. As demonic. How can it be? How can it be? Uh, Built on Christian value when all they did was kill, steal, and destroy, murder, rape, lie. That I mean, I don't understand who can say that America was built on Christianity, Christian value when all they did was look how they killed did black people. I don't care how Christian you are, but if you can take a person and hang them, cut off their manhood, that's pure demonic. Them people were pure demonic, and they were ran by Satan because Satan knew who we was, our ancestors, the tribe of Judah. And the people that was already here was another tribe, black folks. They brought in other people from somewhere else to say that they were the native, but they was black, they were people already here, indigenous people. But they don't talk about the indigenous. They always say native. But who was the indigenous? I mean, really, who were the indigenous people that was here? That's why you got them pulling out artifacts now, saying that the people in the Bible were black people. Jesus was black. That's why Obama is black, so that he can say that he's God. That's the only all the presidents been white. They got this one black one, half black, but he's part of their family. He's their bloodline. That was did on purpose because they always knew who we were, our ancestors. They always knew that Christ was a black man, not white. That man is a gay man that they keep talking about this Christ. And they're going to take a gay man to make him Jesus. I mean, really. I mean, really. How evil and how sick. And these people is running the country, making up laws and stuff that they don't obey. And we, as the tribe of Judah, need to get back into what God say do. Quit creating stuff. Quit following philosophy. Just live as he say. And I guarantee you, we'll see a better life. Because in the Old Testament, if one person did something wrong, it affected the whole nation of Israel. So God is still looking at us as a people, even though we scattered. But we are tribes. The tribe of Judah is the people that they brought from Africa. who wasn't Africans. They went into Africa, running from the Romans. And so they escaped, the one that didn't get killed. They escaped to Africa. And if they was white, how they gonna? Why would they white people? A whole bunch of white people run into Africa when Africa is black people. And they had a whole land. They called the Negro land. And the Africans started kidnapping the people who wasn't African, because they knew they wasn't African. They wasn't the children of Ham. But they saw still some of Shem descendants still in Africa. They didn't take all of us, all of our ancestors. They still some in Africa. But the many they took many people that, and a lot of them didn't even make it to here because they would prefer to die, and some of them they just killed them. They ate some of them. Get down, boy. They ate some of them. Let me let him go outside. Okay. And so we really need to really get back into the Bible. Obey God. I am thankful that I don't have the mindset that I used to have. I was trying to get love from men, and the only thing they were trying to get was sex from me. Never did get it. I never did get the love. So I had to learn to love my own self. Me love me and stop being used by men. Because the only thing men will do is give you a bad name. You got some men that talk some of the worst things about women. And the women wouldn't have the bad names if it weren't for the men. They don't care nothing for you in the first place, and to come around you acting like they did. And a lot of time women ain't looking for sex. They just like to have somebody to talk to. You might want sometime or another, but we like companionship. We like for somebody to care for us, just spend time with us. But the man always the one that's pulling and plunging and feeling because they're so lustful, but then they want to talk so much junk about women when it's you who caused the woman to have the bad name because you coming around knowing you don't mean her no good. None. Then you want to go back out and talk about her. But if men to quit pretending that they care for women and start just wondering with the, the the head that's down there in your pants, you won't have to worry. You won't have nothing to talk about. Have some respect for the woman, even if she don't have none for herself. You have some for her, and then have some for yourself. That you don't want to put your penis anywhere, especially if you're not looking for her to be your woman. Get to know a person first. See, do you even like her personality? Y'all don't even care about that. But then you want to talk about her. Women. That's real sick. It's a sick man to sit up, and I'm talking about that because there's this man that got a channel and that's all he talk about. And then you got men following him. That one man did that same thing and he died in the bed with a woman. But he could talk so much junk about women. And that's how he died, in the bed with a woman. So you have to be careful how you put your mouth on stuff. Especially when you talking about women that you doing the same thing to the women. unless you gay and you just hate women. But anyway, I don't even want to get on that because I will get pissed off. And I can say what I say because that's the way men are. They don't. They A lot of men will come around and they'll come around and come around and come around till you really think this man like you. And then when he get what he want, he quit coming because he don't want to commit. You got a lot of men that don't want to commit, and then you got some men already got a woman, but they just greedy. I don't even know how I got on that because I didn't come on here to talk about that because I don't pray to God about that. Even though I've been repentant long time ago. But I reckon I got on it because this is what the game stalkers are trying to pretend that you being targeted because of sin, and that's a lie from hell because they are the devil's seed. Our police, the sheriff department, the city cops, military, and I can't say every sheriff, I can't say every police, I can't say every military, I can't say every FBI agent, I can't say every CIA or CIS, I can't say every person in the organization, but I can say these all of these organizations, government organizations. I can say that because they're under the SES, the Senior Executive Service, which is about depopulation. Now, how to get the medical people involved? Well, the medical people, I've heard that they was in their own secret society. So I don't know a whole lot about their secret society. I do know that this a retired cop said that 95% of the police are Masons, and I say that the Masons are the free run out of like uh John the Baptist was the forerunner for Jesus. The Masons are the forerunners for the Antichrist. And if you are a Mason, you're involved. You're not a Christian. So you can stop that title. If you are a Mason, you ain't no Christian because you made your oath to other gods. And the thing these vows that you making is deadly. Y'all think y'all in something secret. It's all on the internet. Somebody put it out there on the internet. So that mess y'all doing is demonic. Pure demonic. And Satan got y'all fooled. I looked at a video yesterday. I didn't look at the whole video, but I looked at enough where this pastor got into one of those sororities in college, and he was telling all the stuff that they did. He being, I guess he being denounced it. And a lot of you people that call what they want to be a Christian, you need to denounce the demon gods that y'all bow to, because this is demonic, pure demonic. And y'all gonna put your brotherhood before your bloodline because you putting a curse on your bloodline. I had denounced a lot of stuff that I've done, and I asked God to forgive me and to put it under the blood, wash it in the blood of Jesus. Because I know I did my sins. You do things out of ignorance. You do things out of not knowing God, for one thing. I wasn't raised up in the church. We'll go to church sometime, especially like on Easter. Every once in a while, but we won't just like church really big on church. I was grown before I really got into the church, and then you know, it's like things just won't right to me. It's like the devil was in some of them be Christian people that want to bully you, and I'm just not good with somebody bullying me. But I've been praying, asking God to help me find a church, cause I really miss going to church. I really do miss it, but I don't want to just go to church. I want to find a church where the pastor is really a man or woman of God, filled with the Holy Spirit, and can see what's going on in the church. Not somebody that's greedy for money, but somebody that's really the Holy Spirit is filled up in them, and that's what I need. That's the type of church I want to go to attend. I don't want to just go to church where everything is worldly, people full of pride and all you. I don't want that type of church. I want a church where I'm really gonna know, feel the presence of God in that church. Not just a whole bunch of singing and stuff, but the presence of God is welcome in that church. And when you go home refreshed each and every time because God know his name is here. Because there's so many churches, these people, it just, they ain't right. So many of them. So I reckon I've talked long enough. But we got to do things better than what we doing. We really do. Because of who we are. Because of who we got to quit just hating people. I mean, black people, they some, not all of them, because I'm hearing some black people, they really expressing the thing that Trump has done. But I don't hear people. Only thing I know that Obama did, Obama sent almost $2 billion overseas to another country. And then the Obamacare had fraudulently uh, did a whole lot of fraud in the Obamacare. Nothing good. Not nothing for America. So they were saying that he paid, was it Iran or somewhere over there, almost $2 billion, saying that America owed this money to them. And of all the presidents, he had to pay it. But he did nothing for the people in America. All these homeless people. How many homeless people could benefit off of almost two over just you ain't even got to spend $1 billion to help the homeless here in America and to help the black people here in America that's being oppressed. See, that's why I got a problem with him because he was a man that, and see, that's what I'm saying. He not looking at his color. That's what they did. But see, he where he at because of the white side, because they got the same bloodline. And no matter how demonic the Democrats are, black people want to stick with it. So how demonic are you, black folks, that you want to stick with I mean, these people is doing some damaging stuff to children. I don't know about the what all the Republicans do, but I do know of what these Democrats are doing. They dealing in witchcraft and every Hillary Clinton is a pure witch. That Harris woman is too. But y'all not even caring about that. All y'all looking at is that we got black people in the white. I don't care nothing about that. That's just like being in Salem at the witch hut where the witches meet. They trying to play us. But I don't really trust neither one of them. Cause I feel like it's all a game. But I really don't trust the Democrats. None whatsoever. And I've always voted Democrat, but I don't vote. I just quit voting. Because when my son was murdered and I began to write to the Democrats and they told me they can't help me, I can't vote for you. If you can't help me and on this where from where I am, telling me I have to deal with the chief of police and the DA, and they are the one that the problem. The DA, Johnson Britt, and the chief of police, Danny Bradshaw, was my problem. So why would I go to them when I'm writing to you telling you who my problem is with? I'm telling you who they are. And then you gonna tell me I need to go to them when they the problem. I might as well go down to hell and tell Satan. You know, it's sad that we have such crooked people in position, and what we need to do is stop trusting these people because they're not for the people. These people is demonic, pure demonic, and they got an issue with the tribe of Judah. They got a position. I don't even know if God want to consider us the tribe of Judah anymore since all the crap that we do. People go to you got people raised up in the church, go to church every Sunday, but they don't know God. They probably don't even pray at home. They doing everything that the world do. And the only thing they can see is that Obama is a black man. Our first black president. If that the case, what about his white part? Because his mama is a white woman. His daddy didn't raise him, that I know of anyway. Well, anyway, I don't even want to get on Obama because I really don't care much for him. None. Because I just think he's the son of the devil. And they already uh, seeking Nimrod, Gilgamesh, however you say his name, Gilgamesh or something. But he's Nimrod. It's the same person, Nimrod. And Nimrod was a very evil man. And that's who they waiting on. Gilgamesh. I saw a video that said they have woke him up or something. So I don't know what I looked at the video. I don't think I looked at the whole video because I couldn't see what they was talking about. So I sometimes I just get out if they don't just you got to go through a whole lot of other stuff in order to get to the title. I'm not gonna keep looking at you because I feel like that's all you doing is trying to get somebody to look at your video. No, you go ahead and talk about the title first, at least in the middle, But they trying to say that they have found his body, and they what they doing a lot of stuff, taking these things DNA, creating stuff. So I don't know if they planning on trying to hook Nimrod up to somebody else. You know, I don't know. It's just so much evil. All I know is this evil, pure evil, 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 and it's sickening, pure sickening. But I'm gonna get off of here. Go find this dog and give him something to eat. Give him his breakfast. So y'all be blessed today.